Street stocks on the raceway here on School Bus and Juice Box Night at Riverhead Raceway. Starting on the pole, he's in the Gershow Recycling JC Discount Fuel number 89. It's Chris McGuire. Starting on the outside of row number 1 in the Premier Coin Galleries, the All-Star number 42. It's Kyle Halpin. Starting from the third starting position, he's in the MSM Elite Motorsports Premier Stagehands number 5. It's James DiPietro. Starting from position number 4, he's in the United Exhaust Shop number 25. Creative Seamless Gutters also involved with him. It's Ricky Carmen. Starting from the 5th starting position, fast here today in practice in the Middle Country Auto number 05. It's Alyssa Paprocki. Starting from the 6th starting position, he is in the Motor King Quality Auto Body of Amityville number 23. That's John Harley. Starting from the 7th starting position in the Bobby's One Stop number 16. It's Bob Dalkey. Starting from position number 8 in the Eastport Feeds number 21. He won here the first time the Street Stocks were with us. That's Brian Brown. And bringing up the rear of the field in the North Fork Sanitation number 08. It's J-Rod Jared Hayes.
Now I was just about to say that I didn't see the 16 out there, but he's just made his way out onto the field. And
nine cars. Sorry, Raymond.
I've also noticed Chris McGuire now in a street stock. Was in the late model. Same number.
They destroyed that late model last year, and he said by the time he would have been done fixing it, he could have bought 2 of these street stocks. Yeah. So he decided, and Chris McGuire back in the day was one of the hot shoes in the Charger division here, which the street stocks have become very similar to. So he's more comfortable running these. He's on the inside, Kyle Halpin on the outside as they head to the Newsday Go Zone. Qualifying underway for the street stocks. Top 6 to be handicapped for tonight's feature event.
Well, I'm interested to see right here if Kyle Halpin was going to get down, but boy, he made some good ground up there on the outside off of 2.
He looks good to the outside of McGuire. Kyle Halpin, it's McGuire at the line. Good side-by-side battle.
Alyssa Paprocki is not wasting any time either in the 0-5, trying to make work there for position number 3 behind these 2 front runners, and it looks like Chris McGuire is going to clear himself here off of turn number 4.
Halpin to second. Here comes Paprocki to the inside. She was the fastest car in practice here today in car number 05. She looks to come to position number 2.
I'm interested also to see if Jared Hayes here in the 08, him and Brian Brown are both mired back at the rear of the field, but they are 2 of the fastest, usually the fastest cars in the field, and Paprocki's going for the lead.
Alyssa Paprocki, car number 05, to the inside for the race lead.
Now I'm interested to see here if she's going to just drive away with this thing here. They're battling hard for second, and we're about to approach halfway here. Chris McGuire still trying to make work there on the outside, but Kyle Halpin on the inside in that old Camaro. Well, the only Camaro in the field.
That car was built by Frank Curtis. And Halpin will come to second and bring John Harley to the inside with him. Harley shuts the door, or gets the door shut on him by McGuire.
Yeah. It looked like Harley had to jump out of the throttle there. It looked like Chris McGuire was trying to file him behind Kyle Halpin and didn't realize Harley was there. And everyone made it through there, but you could see a little bit of speedy dry on the tires there. Some of these guys had to run low through 3 and 4.
So the cars you spoke about earlier, Jared Hayes now to the inside of Harley for position number 3. It'll be 2 to go this time by. And Brian Brown has come to 5th. Alyssa Paprocki leads. Kyle Halpin second. He'll feel the heat to the inside from J-Rod Jared Hayes.
Hayes looking fast right there into turn 3. Looks like he's going to try to make this happen in one corner, but all the best he's going to get is second place because Alyssa Paprocki has opened up a massive lead here. She's about halfway down the backstretch while they're still getting out of turn 2.
Alyssa Paprocki will take down the win here.
Well, almost a little bit. It looked like Harley got loose there off of turn number 4. Almost got right in front of Brian Brown. They finished nose to tail.
Checkered flag flies, taking down the win in car number 05. It was Alyssa Paprocki second across the line. Car number 08 of Jared Hayes third. The 42 of Kyle Halpin fourth. Car number 23, John Harley fifth. Car number 21 of Brian Brown in sixth. Car number 5 of James DiPietro. Up next, street stock heat race number 2, starting on the pole. In the EP milling and sweeping, number 73, it's David Antos. Starting on the outside of row number 1 in the top 20 motorsports, number 56, 58, my apologies, it's Brandon Hubbard. Starting from the third starting position, he's in the Island Trees Automotive. Action Auto Wreckers number 7, it's Turbo Tom Sullivan. Starting from position number 4, he'd like to thank the Goodwood Shop for all their help. In car number 30 out of Wading River, that's Ed Fontana. Starting from the 5th starting spot in the sponsor wanted number 22, it's Danny Pizzo. Starting from position number 6, he's in the Chubbs Meat Windmill Environmental. Number 44, it's Anthony Cassiopo of Medford. Starting from position number 7, the Checker One Motorsports number 1 for Jake Curran. And bringing up the rear of the field in the PCFI, number 91, it's Luke Forrester.
Looks like we're still waiting on Luke Forrester to enter the raceway. Everybody else seems to be there. 8 cars supposed to be in this heat race, and they're shutting the gate over there in 3 and 4, so I guess Luke Forrester is not going to make it out for his heat there. Or they're holding the gate open right now. We got a little bit of a view here down the pit area, and I'm not seeing any street stocks. I'm seeing Super Pro trucks lined up. They'll be going out just after this, but 7 of the 8 cars, and it looks like that's what we're going to be going with here. So Luke Forrester does not make the field for his heat race.
And top 6 cars to be handicapped for tonight's feature event. So David Antos, the all-time winningest driver here in the street stocks. And Brandon Hubbard, driving in the top 20 motorsports, number 58. We'll bring this field around. As they head to the Newsday Go Zone. Green flag back in the air. Heat race number 2. Good start for Antos.
Was not a good start there, looked like, for Fontana in the 30, who had a little bit of a slip up there towards the rear of the field. Brandon Hubbard in second in this 58. He spent a lot of time with that blunderbuss division, some time in the Enduros, I believe, as well. Interesting to see him in a street stock here in that 58.
First time the street stocks were here, he did a great job. Top 5 finish, I believe. But David Antos right now leads the way. Hubbard is second. Third is the 7 of Tom Sullivan. Sullivan feeling the heat to the inside from car number 22 of Danny Pizzo. Pizzo with a run to the inside in turn number 3, tries to come to position number 3.
Danny Pizzo having a strong run here. I remember last year, him having a tough year last year. He had actually a motor blow up on him, and it was quite a show. I remember a lot of smoke coming out of that 22, and it sidelined him for a little bit here, but looks like he's got a strong car here this afternoon and has made his way up to position number 3.
Tom Sullivan to 4th, Anthony Cassiopo to 5th, and Jake Curran runs 6th. Right now, your race leader, car number 73, David Antos. Second is the 58 of Brandon Hubbard. Third is car number 22 of Danny Pizzo. Fourth is the 7 car of Turbo Tom Sullivan. The battle is for 5th, as Jake Curran now gets to the inside of Cassiopo for position number 5, and Anthony Cassiopo rounds out your top 6.
Jake Curran, another one of those with a very unique looking street stock compared to the rest of the field. Most of these guys running the typical G-body mid-80s Monte Carlos, but Curran in that one car, he's got himself quite a bit of a different looking car here, so something different here in the field.
Leaf springs. That's that Camaro earlier for Kyle Halpin, and now this, a Nova with leaf springs in it. 2 to go for David Antos. He'll get the white this time by.
And it looks like right now that the gap between first and second here with Antos and Hubbard has pretty much remained the same. Looks like these guys riding out, feeling out their cars, getting ready for the feature event later tonight.
Checkered will fly this time by for David Antos. Checkered flag flies, taking down the win. In car number 73, it was David Antos. Second across the line, car number 58 of Brandon Hubbard. Third, car number 22, Danny Pizzo. Fourth, car number 7 of Tom Sullivan. Fifth, car number 1 of Jake Curran. And sixth, car number 44 of Anthony Cassiopo. Up next, Super Pro Trucks about to hit the raceway. Starting on the pole, he's in the Nelson Auto Salvage National Metal Industries, number 97. It's Dave Koenig. Starting on the outside of row number 1. In the Long Island Debris, Cassone Trucks and Equipment, number 52. It's Charles Sedano. Starting from the third starting spot, in the Glennon Construction, number 77, it's Sean Glennon. Starting from position number 4, he's in the OK Petroleum Marketplace.com. Highmark Building Efficiency, number 42, it's Frank Dumachich Jr. Starting from the 5th starting spot with a broken wrist, or some damage to his wrist, I believe it's broken, but he is in the Riverhead Reapers Fast Pitch, Caruso's Pizzeria. Number 18, they'd like to say a special thanks to Jared Zeltman for all his help. In car number 18, it's Jack Hanley Jr. And bringing up the rear of the field, in truck number 94, that is the Miller and Caggiano, number 94, for Tony Naglieri.
So correct me if I'm wrong here. I'm looking at the field. Obviously, I remember Charles Sedano driving the 52 Street Stock, but Matt Triola, I thought, drove that truck last season.
Originally, but Triola not driving it this year, as Sedano has been in it both times that they've been 2 on the hot side, and we'll be back. Caution flag down indicating that the 2 hot laps have been completed. Dave Koenig and Charles Sedano. Top 4 to be handicapped for tonight's feature event.
Rolling into the Newsday Go Zone. And we're underway. Dave Koenig slides right up in front of Sedano there, right at the start-finish line. Immediately shut the door, but that's going to open the door for Sean Glennon here on the bottom of the 77. And Sean Glennon has been fast this season. And there's contact and around. Nope, he hangs on to it as Koenig. How did he not completely go around there yet? But that will open the door for Sedano, of all people, taking the lead, and there's still contact. Jack Hanley Jr. and Dave Koenig made contact further back in the field, and Sedano right now trying to hold off Sean Glennon for the lead, but Glennon has a strong truck in that 77, and he's making a run for the front.
Glennon won opening night here for the Super Pro Trucks at Riverhead Raceway. He comes to the early race lead. Frank Dumachich Jr. to the inside of Charles Sedano for position number 2. What a first lap. 4 laps down. Halfway this time by.
Up front is Sean Glennon. Frank Dumachich. Frank Dumachich Jr., takes second position away. And now he'll be in front of Sedano. Sedano falls back to third. Koenig and Hanley still battling hard for fourth. They're side by side going through 3 and 4. And all this while Sean Glennon continues to pull away. Sean Glennon, a feature winner this year. And we're seeing 2 to go here. Twin Stakes up at the grandstands. At the flag stand, Sean Glennon takes 2 to go. And a big moment there for Sedano off of corner number 2. He loses a bunch of ground to Frank Dumachich. That should settle the top 3 here. Hanley still not quite in front of Dave Koenig as the last lap. And coming through 3 and 4, Sean Glennon takes down the win at finishing second. Frank Dumachich Jr., Charles Sedano, Jack Hanley Jr., Dave Koenig, and Anthony Naglieri round out your field. Naglieri.
Mini stocks about to hit the raceway. Oh, we do? Oh, my mistake. Starting on the pole, Natanino's Pizza, South Fork Custom Homes. Number 5, it's Frank Dumachich Sr. Starting on the outside of row number 1, in the Patrick Family Racing. Number 88, it's Liam Patrick. Starting from the 3rd starting position, in the Hydrant Hotel, Terravite Winery, number 95, it's Aaron Salamito. Starting from position number 4, he's in the Hunter Business Schools, Monetary Recovery Company, number 1, that's Lou Maestri. And starting from the 5th starting position, he's in the Miller and Caggiano, LLP Attorney at Law. Number 16, it's Killian Tennant out of Manorville. We'll give him 2 hot laps and we'll be back. Caution flag down indicating that the 2 hot laps have been completed. Frank Dumachich Sr. and Liam Patrick will lead this field around. Top 4 to be handicapped for tonight's feature event.
Field getting doubled up here. I like Killian Tennant's truck. Field rolling into turn 3. It's Frank Dumicic Sr. in the number 5, leading the field to green. Liam Patrick right up there on the outside lane, and the green flag goes flying, and Frank Dumicic Sr. immediately clears himself for the first spot. Aaron Salamito in second. Looks like Aaron Salamito's going to clear for the second spot here. And Killian Tennant way down into that speedy dry. Almost lost the truck. Hangs on to it, but he's going to lose a lot of ground to the rest of the field. There's only 5 trucks in the field. So those top 4 still side by side here, going through 3 and 4, and Aaron Salamito is challenging for the lead. Salamito has the inside, Frank Dumicic Sr. on the outside, and Salamito's going to clear. So Aaron Salamito in that 95 truck is going to take the lead. Lou Maestri in the 1, another fast truck here in the field, who we've seen in the last couple of weeks, is challenging for second now on Frank Dumicic Sr. Dumicic right now has the spot, and off of turn 4 will hold it, but Aaron Salamito, while this is happening, is pulling away with the lead. Behind them, Liam Patrick and Killian Tennant are having their own battle here. We have a nice side-by-side battle here for second, as Lou Maestri's made it to the inside of Frank Dumicic Sr. Maestri down the backstretch into turn 3, just a nose ahead of Dumicic, and off of turn 4 it'll remain that way here at the stripe. But it looks like maybe through 1 and 2, Maestri might clear for that spot, and he will. Maestri ahead of Frank Dumicic Sr. down the back straight away. And through turn 3 and 4, Aaron Salamito going down into turn 1 has a solid lead now in this heat race, and we'll see 2 to go this time by. And off of corner number 4, Salamito will see that 2 to go. Maestri second, Frank Dumicic Sr. is third, with Liam Patrick fourth and Killian Tennant fifth.
Spoke to Aaron Salamito earlier. She says, I'm good. She's showing it here with 1 lap to go. She said, this thing's fast. I just got to finish the race. She heads down the back straightaway. Lou Maestri is second, Frank Dumicic Sr. third, Liam Patrick runs fourth. That's how they'll finish. Checkered flag flies, taking down the win. In truck number 95 was Aaron Salamito, second across the line. Truck number 1, Lou Maestri, third. Truck number 5, Frank Dumicic Sr. and fourth. Truck number 88 of Liam Patrick. Mini Stock's about to hit the raceway, starting on the pole. He's in the Lexington Capital Holdings Superior Business Solutions. He won here the first time the Mini Stocks were in action. Car number 1, it's Paul Wojcik. Starting on the outside of row number 1, he wants to say a big happy birthday to his dad here today. He is in the Delta Phase Electrical RW Truck and Equipment number 6. That, of course, is Charles Estacio. Starting from the 3rd starting position. He's in the Hill Street Boxing Boomburger number 13. That's Tyler Farrell. Starting from position number 4. He's in the Peconic Bay Medical Center Orthopedic Group, Middle Country Auto. Selden Beverage Center, number 11, it's Chris Oliveri. Starting for the 5th starting spot in car number 86, it's Uhan Hayward. Starting from position number 6. She is in the Stewart's fence. Joe Warren Rental Cars, number 81, it's Marissa Stewart. Starting from the 7th starting position. Car number 31, that's C.J. Zurkowski. And bringing up the rear of the field in car number 56, it's Daniel Silla. Top 4 to be handicapped for tonight's feature event. Green flag is in the air.
I was going to say, Steve, I did not see Marissa Stewart. I didn't see an 81 car here on the racetrack, and there is none. So no Marissa Stewart out here for this heat race. But right away, Paul Wojcik taking the lead right away, and you'll see that speedy drive flying up there on the apron. These mini stocks, the front-wheel drive cars, they love to get right down on that line, so I'm sure we'll be seeing a lot more of that. But Wojcik has the lead. Tyler Farrell running in second. A good, strong run so far for the 13. And, man, C.J. Zurkowski has already made his way up to third place from originally starting 7th. I guess he would have started 6th. So C.J. Zurkowski already up to third in that always fast number 31. And guy who's already won in the Enduros, as we have one going around there. That's the 56 of Daniel Silla. Newcomer here to the mini stock division. He went a little bit sideways, but was able to hang on to it. I was going to say a 4- and 6-cylinder Enduro winner this year already, and Chris Oliveri riding with those guys. And Tyler Farrell has already lost 2 spots. He's lost a spot to Zurkowski and Oliveri. So Farrell back to 4th. Second is Zurkowski, and third is Oliveri. And still leading is Paul Wojcik, who started this race from the pole, and he is currently pulling away. He's got himself a nice gap.
Right, so for Zurkowski, who gets passing points, he started this event from the 7th starting spot and runs second. He'll probably start on the pole for the feature. And earlier, Joe Warren Jr. was in the 15 car, or the 81 car, and hit the wall, I believe, with the right front. So I don't know if they don't have it ready just yet for Marissa Stewart, but I'm sure they'll get that thing out.
And I saw the pictures. I know that 15 car of Joe Warren Jr.'s 15 mini stock was earlier this year pretty torn up, but I guess they've gotten that car fixed up and ready to go again. So that's good for them.
Here comes Oliveri with a move to the inside as the white will fly this time by for Paul Wojcik. Oliveri to the inside of C.J. Zurkowski.
Couple strong front-wheel drive racers here, and on the inside, Oliveri. And I mean, with these mini stocks, you can use that outside, and it looked like Zurkowski did right there off of corner number 2.
Checkered will fly for Paul Wojcik. Checkered flag flies, taking down the win in car number 73. It was Paul Wojcik, second across the line. Car number 31, C.J. Zurkowski. Third, car number 11, Chris Oliveri. And fourth, car number 13 of Tyler Farrell. Tour Type Modified's about to hit the raceway, starting on the pole in the Superior Manufacturing. Checker 1 Manufacturing, number 02. It's Big Al, Alan Peterson. Starting on the outside of row number 1 in the Coors Light, JDL Environmental, number 00. That's Chris Rogers. Starting from position number 3, he's in the Eastport Feeds. Number 10, it's Dylan Slepian. Starting from the 4th starting position, in the RW Truck and Equipment, Freightliner of Long Island, Peter Clark Motorsports, number 96, it's Matthew Brody. Starting from position number 5, he's in the Dillner Precast, Eastport Feeds, Black Forest Auto, number 55, it's Chase Grennan. Starting from the 6th starting position, in the USNE Utility, Kennedy, Long Island Realty, number 66, it's Timmy Salamito. Starting from the 7th starting spot, in the Eastport Feeds, Dillner Precast, number 38, that's Owen Grennan. And bringing up the rear of the field, In the Gershow Recycling, number 2, it's J.R. Bertuccio. Top 6 will be handicapped for tonight's feature event.
Cool to see both of the Grennan brothers in the Tour Modified division for once instead of the Crate Modifieds. And Owen's running his number, 38, not 70 this year.
And noticeably absent here, Tom Rogers Jr. Also, Jack Hanley Jr., who we believe broke his wrist. So driving a modified would be tough. He did drive the truck, but he's not here either with the modified. And there's one more missing that was here opening night.
I can see that Dylan Slepian is on the racetrack. Now he's rolling here, and he'll join the field. He's in this heat.
Oh, J.B. Fortin also not with us here tonight, who was here opening night. So had they all come back, we would have had 21 modifieds here tonight. We'll roll with 16. Shane Ryan Bailey watching us on Flow Racing down in Florida today. The gentleman that runs the NASCAR Wheel and Modified Tour fan page on Facebook. We will give them 2 hot laps and we will be back.
Caution flag down, and the hot laps have been complete. The field will double up once again, and we'll be ready for our first modified heat race, tour-type modified heat race of the evening. We'll have 2 here to set up our starting lineup for the feature. Timmy Solomito just rolled by here. He always does a great job with those natural designs.
It's blue foil, like blue chrome.
It is.
It looks so nice.
It is. It's a great paint scheme. A lot of white cars, I've noticed.
Yeah, weird. Normally they're all black. But 12 laps to be the distance for the tour-type modifieds. Top 6 will be handicapped for tonight's feature event. Big Al, Alan Peterson out to the early lead. Here comes the 10.
Nice to see Alan Peterson run in the front of the field here. We'll see how long he holds this lead. Obviously, Alan Peterson doing a lot of work, especially in the figure 8 division, but here in his 02 modified that we've seen him run in, right up there at the front of the field. Dylan Slepian, though, making a move on Chris Rogers, and I can tell you he's already eyeballing that lead.
Slepian here tonight. No big trailer, no big crew. Just running the deal with Rob Pelis. In the Rob Pelis own number 10, the Eastport Feeds number 10. Comes to second, looks to the inside of Peterson. As the 00 of Chris Rogers files in for third, and Matt Brody runs fourth.
Timmy Solomito in that 66 still mired back in the field. He's currently in a side-by-side battle there with Chase Grennan. Matthew Brody right in front of him. Really has nowhere to go. And now Owen Grennan in the 38 is to the inside of Solomito. Well, was there for a moment. So Timmy Solomito kind of mired back in the field. I'm not sure how much he's going to be able to do here in these 12 short laps here for the modifieds. Oh, a lot of sideways action right there. A lot of cars out of shape, but everybody hung on to it.
Brody with a good job to come to fourth. Chase Grennan to fifth. The battle is for sixth. Top 6 will be handicapped for tonight's feature event. Solomito to the outside of Owen Grennan.
And
Solomito comes to position number 6.
So maybe now with the field single file, Timmy Solomito will be able to make more moves here. But Alan Peterson is still leading this race. He's still in front of Dylan
Big
Slepian.
Al's riding right now. He looks good. Car number 02.
And I will say this, I just watched him through 3 and 4. He's running a considerably higher line there than the rest of this field.
He gets a big run, though, down the back straightaway. Not like this place is big enough for that, but if you look at it, He pulls about a half a car length on Slepian at the end of the straightaway, but here comes Slepian now.
I was going to say it was making the difference at one point, but now Allen, if he wants to win this heat race, might have to consider changing his line. But he's got one more lap he's got to make here, and he'll have that heat win.
Oh, he skates up the raceway. Here comes Slepian to the inside. Slepian not very aggressive here, probably happy to come home second, and that's where he will.
Good job, Alan Peterson, hanging on for that heat race win.
Checkered flag flies, taking down the win. In car number 02 was Alan Peterson, second across the line. Car number 10, Dylan Slepian, third to 00 of Chris Rogers, fourth. Car number 96, Matthew Brody, fifth. Car number 55, Chase Grennan, and sixth. Car number 66 of Timmy Salamita. Nice job, Kyle Halpin. Good job, dude. Up next, modified heat race number 2, starting on the pole. He's in the MSM Elite Motorsports. Oval Speed Unlimited, number 5, your defending modified champion, John Beatty Jr. Starting on the outside of row number 1 in the Spiderweb Racing, Cromer's Market. Hydro Action, number 81. It's the real deal, Mark Stewart. Starting from the 3rd starting position in the Sendeluski's Architects, Earth's Splendor, number 49, it's Chris Young. Starting from the 4th starting position, it's been 3 years since he's been here at Riverhead Raceway. He'd like to say a special thanks to Mickey's Karting, Mom and Dad, Brian Midget, and Doug Ojico for all the help. In the East Hampton Energy Solutions, Mickey's Karting, number 14, it's Corey Midget. Starting from the 5th starting position, in the Panorama Signs, Millennium Limited Contracting, Beakus Garage Doors, number 36, it's Kyle Elwood. Starting from the 6th starting position, in the Reichert Group, IGA. Shore Mechanical, number 33, that's CJ Lehman. Starting from the 7th starting spot in the Ream Air Conditioning, Jerry Scalise. Elite Heating and Air Conditioning, number 88, that's Roger Turbish. And bringing up the rear of the field, in the Buzz Chew Chevrolet United Rentals, number 89, it's Michael Rikowski. 2 on the hot side, we'll be back. Caution flag down indicating that the 2 hot laps have been completed. Top 6 cars to be handicapped for tonight's feature event. Good to have Corey Midget back here.
I like Kyle Elwood's paint scheme. I feel like it reminds me of another car that I've seen, but I can't think of it off the top of my head. Like another paint scheme I've seen, but I can't think of it.
I don't know.
Nice to see him running.
But you're like a world traveler racer. You go all over the place. So.
Yeah. Connecticut.
I'm here. So.
Green flag and look at
Yellow. No start. 81 jumps the start.
I was going to say, he had a...
John Beatty has to fire first in car number 5. We're going to
say
try it again right away. Quick caution. We'll go right back to it. Mark Stewart to the outside. The head to the Newsday goes up.
Oh, man. Well, now I'm not sure exactly. We're green here. We're not going caution, but I'm not sure there what happened with John Beatty.
Young got into the back of Beatty there on the initial start.
But it just looked like Beatty never went. I mean, usually you can tell if somebody spins the tires but I don't know. Well, regardless, Mark Stewart has the lead now in the 81. Kyle Elwood in second. Roger Turbish third. And then behind them, it is John Beatty in the 5. So the 5 of John Beatty not having a great start to his heat race, is mired back in the 4th position here, but still a close battle. Turbish looking to work over the back bumper of the 36 of Elwood, and right behind them, Beatty's looking to make something happen. All while at the front of the field, the 81 of Mark Stewart continues to pull away with the lead. He actually hasn't pulled away too much, but he holds a steady gap over the 36 of Kyle Elwood, running here in the Tour Type Modifieds, and we've seen him in a couple times in the Tour Type Modifieds. He's run that 4 car, I'm pretty sure, from what I remember, but more or less has spent time in the Legends and the Crate Modified the last year or so.
So Mark Stewart, car number 81, leads the way. To second, car number 36, Kyle Elwood. Third is the 88 of Roger Turbish. John Beatty Jr. runs fourth. Fifth is Chris Young, and sixth is CJ Lehman.
And it's still a good battle up here at the front of the field. Everyone's remained fairly close nose to tail. I don't expect anyone to make any too drastic moves here, with it being a heat race, but you can see how close in time these modifieds are. Even the leader doesn't have the biggest gap here, and Mark Stewart's about to see 2 laps to go here as he cuts to the line.
Even for a guy like Beatty at this point, with passing points on the line, he was going to start on the pole anyway. He couldn't really gain anything, so he's better off riding around, not wearing his car out here. As they take the white flag, car number 81, Mark Stewart, leads the way. Kyle Elwood is second. Roger Turbish third. John Beatty fourth. Chris Young fifth. And CJ Lehman round out your top 6. Checkered will fly, and that's how they'll finish. Checkered flag flies, taking down the win in car number 81. It was Mark Stewart second across the line. Car number 36, Kyle Elwood third. Car number 88, Roger Turbish fourth. Car number 5 of John Beatty Jr. Fifth to 49 of Chris Young, and sixth, car number 33 of CJ Lehman. Heat races are complete.